we return. Still fumbling our way through League One. We've got our today's opponents, who are featuring on another YouTube channel, one that we should all be very familiar with. So let's jump into it. Welcome back. I would tell you which episode it is, but I've got to be quite honest, I don't remember. I'm going to put it on the screen right now. We are back with a game against Oxford. We're going to be at home at the racecourse, and as we mentioned, the lovely Andrew plays. He's doing his Save with Oxford at the moment, so if you are desperate for more content, then get your way over there. I realise that makes it sound that you're going to go over there if you're desperate. Go either way. Oh, this is terrible. I can only apologise, Andrew. That was the world's worst push. Either way, like and subscribe over here as well if you are desperate, in fact, because it's probably one of the only reasons why you do actually watch my stuff. We are 9th in the league, played 15 games, so we're not doing too good, not doing too bad. We're just kind of milling about in the middle. There's a potential that we can push towards some playoff positions, but realistically we're just looking to stay in the division. We've got Oxford, as I said, and then we're going to be going into a game against Southport, if I haven't rambled on for too long. So we've played 7 games since you were last with us. We haven't lost one, which, don't get me wrong, it's not all good, and it doesn't really tell the whole story. But we started off with a 0-0 against Morecambe, who are in the division below us, I believe. But we did manage to get kind of the win on penalties in the EFL Trophy Northern Section Group G. Followed that up with a decent draw against Huddersfield. Sims and Lee, both of our Elliots, or Ellis, our Ellis getting the goal. I don't know what I'm chatting. We're still pottering on with our kind of 3-5-2 at that point. A win this time, 2-0 against Wimbledon. A brace from Elliot Lee this time, so he's managed to get himself back in the team and back on the score sheet. And he's actually training well as well, which is part of the reason why I dropped him. A missed penalty for Wimbledon as well helped us keep our clean sheet and give Van Sass player of the match. 2 quick 0-0 draws. Firstly against Peterborough away from home, and also away from home again against Notts County. And our most recent win is from the only of our 2 goal scorers we've had since the last episode, in Ellis Sims. A 1-0 win at home against Shrewsbury, which is almost the derby for these, I believe. And most recently in another away game, another draw, and another goal for Ellis Sims. Shortly after the goal from Aaron Morley for Bolton, which put them in the lead. And for the game against Oxford, we have Van Sass in goal, Bernard, Scar and Thornley completing the back 3. Reed and Maxwell outside of wing as our holding mid, with Halson and Waite completing the midfield. We have Ellis and Elliott, our goal scorers. Recent goal scorers anyway, starting up top. We do have Shamanga, who can play if we need him to, but he's still kind of a little bit off full fitness, still playing with that protective gear on his wobbly wrist. I think we should do all right. We should have, hopefully, enough in us to beat Oxford, and if we don't, then surely that's another reason to go over and like Andrew. Tell him he's a numpty. Tell him, yeah, you should definitely do that in his comments. Just go and hurl abuse at him. He'd actually probably like that. We are 9 minutes deep into the game. Not a fat lot has happened. I'm just going to let it play out. We've got a corner. Brannigan's putting it in for Oxford. Towards the near post. Claridge has his attempted header nodded away. And it's back out to the corner taker. Lee, brilliant over there with the tackle. Thornley, back to Van Sass, who absolutely pumps it upfield. Sims is going to get the header. No, he's not. Thought he would. Didn't. Long. Just dawdling on possession. It's also an option. Moore heading down that right side. As we know, we don't have a vast amount of width in defence. It's a little bit better now we're actually playing wing backs rather than the wide midfielders. But yeah, it seems a little bit too easy for people to get in there, which has been demonstrated by the fact that they've just scored from it, which isn't ideal. Moore, who appears to be the same size as a tree, just wandering down the right wing, puts it into Kai. He cuts it back. Hanlon scores. Very, very little player mark in there. A free kick again for Oxford here. Dangerous position. Jenkins Davis outside the area. Is he going to go towards his top near post? If he is, we might just need to call that. Hanlon scored again. He's had 2 of the easiest goals he's going to have to score in his career. I feel like all this shit talking towards Oxford probably wasn't the most fruitful. Not ideal. Goalkeeper, it's unfortunate not to get to it, and the fact that it then bounced straight back in. But it is what it is. We are 2-0 down at the moment, at home, which is not ideal. Now, I'm going to demand some more from the boys, hopefully see a little green face at the bottom. Yeah, let's carry on, trying to get points. It does put them within 3 points of us, Oxford, so we had a little bit of a buffer, but that appears to be getting chipped away. I dropped the old, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed on them at half-time. Seem to do something. However, it is their highlight once more. Kai, oh Jesus, curling shot, just wide. Again, another, right, Oxford, show your beans. Header over this time, but they're having everything. Our mark now. Oh, we've got something's happening. Here we go. Sims out on the left. He's still on the ball. It's Pen. Of course it is. Get over here. Elliot Lee's going to take it. I had a little word with him before the game because his training started to drop again. Can't remember if I told you if his training was picking up or not, but no, he's red once more. You can do it twice. So I did it. Get his little morale up again. And hopefully he'll figure out how to start training properly, which would be preferable. But just before the hour mark, we pull ourselves back to just 1 goal up high. I'm going to bring Sims off, drop Lee to the more defensive of the roles, bring Shamanga in. I'm also going to take Harvey White out because he's looking a bit tired for Rosiak. Why the hell not? Thornley can come out for... I didn't put Annesley on the bench. Guess we won't bring him out. Halson can come out to right mid. We'll put in Jamie Bowden. Why the hell not? So we'll go with those 3 subs. Relatively aggressive ones as well. So hopefully we'll see something come from that. Shouts, we'll demand some more again from the boys. Hopefully see a little green faces. 15 minutes left now. Preferable if we could get anything out of this game. Not looking particularly promising. I'll move us to attacking just behind my head. Do another shout. I'm going to berate them this time. See how that goes. They love it. Love them. Absolute little subs. They're fair of them. Fair play to them. The game's done though. That was a shame. Shall we try and cheer ourselves up with a cup game? We're going to attempt it with our first steps into the FA Cup. We're going to be playing Southport, who are from the Vanarama National League North. So they're 3 divisions below us. If I can count, I probably can't. Quite a heavily rotated squad. Quite a few youngsters in here. I say heavily rotated, there's a lot of usual faces. Van Sass, Barrett, who's from our youngsters, we'll give him a little highlight. It looks alright. There's not too many. There's a few guys that I've missed out on because they're playing in our under-19s as well. Morrison, Annesley came in. Reed, Bowden and Davies as the back 3. Next 3. Davies has come to me recently and asked for more game time. Sort of obliged because he's a cool guy. We then got Thompson as the Carolero and Rosiak as our Mazzala. We know we've played quite a bit with him, but he's a youngster. And we have the star of the previous youth intake in Matty Funnel alongside Nathan Broadhead. So his Funnel, his stats are looking pretty decent. He is kind of building up with us, but slowly. Pretty slowly. So we'll see what comes from that. As I said, there's a few guys that we've missed out on. There's a few kind of decent players that we've got puttering about on the bench, but I should hope we'd have the strength to get past these guys. I'll drop some encouragement on them straight out of the bat. Was there a guy called People, their goalkeeper? Whatever his name was. He boot the ball forward. Reed has it out on our right side. He's slumming his way down there. Got a few bodies in the middle who don't appear to be attacking the box, which is good of him. Barrett all the way back to his centre-back. Oh no, into Bowden. Out to Reed again on the right side. He's got quite a bit of space. Puts it in. Broadhead's in the middle. No, okay, we haven't put it in yet. Anyone? Bowden? He's going to put it in now. No, he's gone back to Barrett. Okay. Thompson on the edge. Look at all this space for Davies. Oh, he's tried to kill someone in the crowd. That's unfortunate. I mean, to be fair to the guys, I have gotten them on, work the ball into the box. I haven't played this for a little while, so I completely forgot about that. Rosiak nods it out to Reed on the right side. Gets it back off him, actually. The Broadhead was in the middle, quite a bit of space, but didn't fancy whipping it into him. Funnel wins the header, and it's just over again. 25 on the clock now. We are appearing the stronger, but we haven't scored. Thompson, corner on the left side, towards, well, it's had Barrett as our guy that was closest to it, even though he was nowhere near. It has gone back out to the corner taker. Annesley just boots it at the guy stood in front of him. Morrison, Bowden out to the right side, I assume. So you've got a guy out there in acres of space, I assume to be Reed. No, all the way back to the goalkeeper. Also an option. Van Sass, Barrett, Reed still hugging the touchline out here. I thought that was a ball to the forward. Funnel, that was his name. It's made its way to him anyway. I was hoping I'd be able to cut that out because I forgot completely what my striker's name was. It turns out I can't cut it out. It's quite an important piece of play, considering it was the open goal of the game. But, yeah, that ball, it looked like it was coming over here. He'd broke the line, I thought happy days. And then Aduka just booted it at him. It turned out to be a perfect cross into funnel. And he pokes it away. 1-0 to the good. Popple, their goalkeeper's name was. So we're going with 4 subs on about the 69th minute, of course. We bring in Ollie Palmer in for Broadhead. Rosiak has came out for, I think I put him out for Reiki, but there's quite a few midfielders coming out. Reed has been replaced with Howson, and then Evans has came off for Bowden. So a little shuffle around the midfield. It does look as such now. Arjan Reiki is one of these ones that we've brought in because he used to play for Villa. Therefore, obviously, I'm a big fan. Yeah, he had a little bit of a complaint that he wasn't getting game time, so I told him to shut up. And he was on board with that, to be fair. Thompson has got himself a free kick just outside the area. He tries to bend it into the far corner and does a pretty good job at it, to be fair. Evans just ran into him, which is good. Stops their attack. Perfect. Bit of shithousery there. Popple with a goal kick. Boots it forward. Barrett tries to win the header. Doesn't actually manage to do so, but it does come into our possession. When we just literally pass it away, which is good. Perrett, back to Craig. They've got loads of space, but I'm not really that arsed about them having it there, to be honest. Blackett, Reiki, Morrison, boots it forward. Funnel doesn't get the nod on, but Palmer picks up the ball. He's in. Oh, and he's hit the woodwork. It is still just 1-0, 78 minutes on the clock. So we're running into injury time now. I had the audacity earlier to accidentally encourage the guys just after we took the lead. So needless to say, they were all pissed off at me, which is nice. Funnel doesn't manage to get possession for us from that clearance, but has won it back. He's shuffled his way into the area. There's literally no one up there with him. Evans on the edge. Oh, he's managed to get a goal out of it, to be fair. A nice little assist for Funnel, possibly his first for us. And a goal for Evans. It is his first of the season. So, yeah, 2-3 minutes of the game left. Should be fine here. Do you know what? Let's watch it. We've got Evans running in. I think this is him. Funnel does well to just not lose possession. Gets it back. And a nice little avenue for Evans to poke his shot through. Does a decent job at it. So we'll see us through to the next round. I don't have a clue who we're going to be playing, let's be honest. But, pretty happy for us to pick up the win. But that win does see us into the second round of the FA Cup. Realistically, with how the league's playing out, I'm not going to bother coming back too often because I feel that this season's going to kind of peter out into a mid-table finish, which is good, but not particularly exciting. So, I might come back for the third round, should we make it. Otherwise, we'll come back for the end of January, see what I've been up to in that winter transfer window. I hope that you'll join us for it. If there is kind of any suggestions of players who you think we might have a chance of looking at, bear in mind we are a few seasons in, we don't have a particularly big budget either, but it would be appreciated. But if you'd enjoyed today's episode, do me a favour, like, subscribe, show your support on the channel, it would be greatly appreciated. We'll have some items on screen as well, so you can carry on watching, and thank you very much for your time.